What's going on, guys? This is Antari and here is Battle vs Bad Karma from the Marland forums. And this is actually our rematch because our previous battle was completely ruined by hacks. He misses Will-O-Wisp 2 times in a row, which kind of cost him a game for 100% game-changing hacks, so we decided to do a rematch. He brings in his team built with 2 OUs and 4 NUs, which is like super awesome claws if you ask me. And I bring in my old NUU team. This battle will probably show how well you know your own team and how well your team is well built, because we both know our opponent's crews, so yeah, this battle will be made out of predictions. So I lead my team with Violent Cat, he leads with Probopass, because I know that he's got Ghost in his team, so I predict that and bring in my Arcanine. But he goes for Stealth Rocks, which is like super good, because he will get his entry hazard just right at the beginning of this game. So after that I predict that he'll bring in Rapidash, because Rapidash walls my Arcanine completely, so I go for a Toxic just to put this thing to the poison. And after that I bring in Violent Cat just to see what he will go for and he goes for a Will-O-Wisp, which is like good on his part, but still not too good, because I have Heal Bell on this set and I can easily get rid of the status problem with that move. So anyway, after that he decided to take a switch into his Dusknoir finally. And I decided to predict that and bring in my Claydol, and because the element of surprise is gone, because he knew that I have Trick on this thing and Choice Scarf, so I just go for it. He brings in Rapidash, which is like he doesn't have any better options, so I trap his Rapidash with using Choice Scarf item. And after that he was predicting that I'll go for a Rapid Spin, so he brings in his Ghost type poke, but instead of that I decided to predict it and go for a Psychic, which will still do some damage to Dusknoir but not too much. So anyway, after that I bring in my Lapras, because I was predicting a Will-O-Wisp coming, but instead of that he goes for Gravity, which is like super original move on that. And Gravity is a perfect strategic move, because it will give moves with lower accuracy like Hydro Pump 100% accuracy, which means that this move always hit. So I go for Hydro Pump, knowing that all pokes in his team are at least neutral to the water type attacks, and there are still some pokes which got 4 times weakness like this Probopass. So he needs to fodder his Probopass, because he wants to have a safe switch. And after that he decided to bring in his Regice, which got Zap Cannon, and I decided to predict that he will go for a Blizzard, predicting my switch into Claydol, and this works out perfectly because he does go for a Blizzard. So my Lapras takes it like a pro because it's 4 times resisted. And after that I decided to predict his Zap Cannon and take a switch into my Claydol. So my Claydol resists electric type moves, and after that the Gravity returned to normal as I planned. So after that he needs to either risk going for a Blizzard or take a switch. So I decided to think that he will take a switch, so I take a switch on my own into Torterra, as he brings in his Ghost type poke. So this is a good matchup for me. So I decided to set up my rocks here, because it's good to have them on the field and I don't have other entry hazards. So he brings in his entry hazard Inducer, which is Fortress, and I thought that this thing is a Steel type, so Earthquake will be super effective, but apparently it occurred that it's a bug Steel, so Earthquake is just neutral, although it's still stopped. So he decided to set up his Toxic Spikes, the 2 layers of them, as I go for Earthquake, and Earthquake looks like a free hit KO on that thing, so I decided just to take him down before he'll go for Rapid Spin and get rid of my Stealth Rocks. So after that he decided to take a switch into his Dusknoir, because probably he thought that Ghost types are immune to the Earth type moves, but apparently not, only those with Levitate. So Earthquake will still do a pretty good chunk of damage to this Dusknoir. So after that I decided to go for Woodhammer just to finish him off. He probably thought that my Torterra will be slower than his Dusknoir, so that's why he stays in. So now I can easily get rid of the Toxic Spikes and Stealth Rocks with my Rapid Spin on my Claydol. So he brings in his Rapidash, and he decided to make an epic prediction, go for this Mega Horn, but it misses. So that was probably game-changing hacks, but or maybe not, I don't know. So he goes for Mega Horn after that, because he's faster, because he's got my Choice Scarf item. I can easily go for Rapid Spin to get rid of the Toxic Spikes and other entry hazards. And after that, because I know that he's locked into using Mega Horn, I can easily bring in my Arcanine because it resists bug type moves. And after this thing is intimidated, it will not do much with this Mega Horn. Probably I get more HP from the leftovers than he is dealing me with that move. So I just go for a Will-O-Wisp in case he will take a switch into some other pokes. He goes for Mega Horn again, this will not do much, and as I said, I go for Will-O-Wisp just to give him this fire type boost for fire attacks before he will die. So anyway, after that he decided to bring in his Pokemon, which I haven't seen yet, which is Gardevoir. So I decided to put this thing to the poison. He traced me my intimidate, which is like, you know, useless because my Arcanine is only status inducer and my only offensive move is special, so I don't care. So anyway, I put this thing to the poison status with Toxic, which is pretty good on my part. He decided to go for a Wish, I guess. No, he goes for a Wish previous turn, and after that he goes for the Psychic, predicting my switch or something. So anyway, I go for a Toxic previous turn because I thought that he will pass this Wish to his Regice, but apparently not. So after that, predicting another Wish, I bring in my Claydol and I predict right. So he goes for a Wish, and after that I decided to just go for Explosion to get rid of something. And because he is just like pro, he decided to take a switch into his Fortress. And if this Fortress got more HP, it will probably survive that because Fortress has got ridiculously huge amount of defense. But it will be dead because it's in a range of killing it with Explosion. So after that he brings in his Gardevoir. It will suffer because of the Stealth Rocks, and I decided to bring in my favorite poke, which is Feraligatr. I go for Aqua Jet because here I thought that he will bring in his Regice, because my only moves on that set is Ice Punch and Earthquake, and I thought that Regice got Levitate ability because, you know, it's flying, and this because of the sprite it's like flying poke, I don't know. So anyway, after that he decided to go for a Wish, and because he puts my Feraligatr to the burn status, I take a switch into my Violent Cat just to get rid of the status problems. And after that I decided to make an epic prediction. He thought that I'll go for a Fake Out, so I go for T-Wave just to paralyze his Regice. So that was amazing prediction part of mine, and that probably was a game-ending prediction here. Because when this thing is paralyzed, I'm like for 100% sure that I'll outspeed that, so I can easily go for Heal Bell just to get rid of the status condition on Feraligatr and on my Violent Cat. So I just go for it. He gets up a Power Hacks, but he goes for Gravity, which will just speed up things a bit. So I take a switch into my Torterra, knowing that he will go for Gravity, because his moves are got pretty low accuracy, so he need to pull off this Gravity. I go for a Wood Hammer with my Pokemon, but apparently I'm not in range of Overgrowth, so it will not kill. He's able to kill me with Blizzard, which is like okay, because this is a stab move, and he probably wants something to be dead with that move. So anyway, after that I bring in my Lapras because I know that I'm faster. I go for a Hydro Pump because I just want to get the advantage of this Gravity thing. My Hydro Pump will always hit, right? And he goes for Zap Cannon, which finally hit my Lapras, and Zap Cannon got like 100% of getting a Power Hacks, and so my Lapras is now paralyzed as well as his Regice. But apparently my Lapras is faster than his Regice, so I go for Hydro Pump. This will kill his Regice. And after that he decided to bring his last poke, which is his Gardevoir. It will trace me my Water Absorb, so I can't hit this thing because I'm Spets, and I don't want this thing to be healed up. So I just bring in my Violent Cat. It will survive that Psychic pretty nicely, and after that I'll just finish him off in an epic way with a Fake Out. So yeah, Delicate did a great job in this match. Good game, Bad Karma. Pretty close one. I hope we'll get rematch sometime, and I hope you guys like this battle. And yeah, I hope you guys like this new quality of the video. Credits for this quality goes to HeyDude6969 because he helped me a lot with that. And yeah, so yeah, see you guys later in next Pokemon battle. Bye.